go!
Hello, hello, hello. We are here live with you on a Monday, which is crazy to say for us. We are live in the Action Lab. We have our second fantasy draft of the year, our second and final fantasy draft of the year. So this is it. We already got one in the books, a little bit ago last week. We already have that all set. And hey, we're going to get after it. Hey, Kyle King, what's going on? How we doing? All right.
What's going on, Kyle? Yeah, I'm getting ready. Chris, did you not join that? Were you slacker?
I've been so
I've been so busy.
I'm telling you,
I cannot.
Did you jump in on it?
I'm in on it.
I'm in on it. You're gonna have to represent me. You have to represent for me. That's for sure. Shout out to Kyle King. Go give him some love. Give him a follow if you have not already. He is absolutely incredible. He always crushes. He's playing some Fortnite. He's got some sports stuff going on. He's got a little bit of everything. Super entertaining. Make sure you go give him some love. But yeah, welcome into Action Lab, your premier sports and entertainment show on Twitch. It's like talking sports with your friends and your family inside your family room. Except everyone's all over the world in this instance. So there you go. We are live again. Scotty's 5 o'clock shadow is extremely present, says casually. Must have been a result from the chaos in the previous draft.
I mean, you guys, it's nice, right? It's nice. It's coming in. It's aggressive at this point. I think it might be a little thicker than yours, Chris. Just saying. Just saying.
I mean, if you catch up to me, you'll be doing well. You'll be doing well. Let's just say it. Let's put it that way. Nice. I'm gonna take Scotty's beard in the third.
I mean, how does it's off the board before the third. You're gonna have to probably go first or second round, Chairman.
I had Scotty's beard somewhere like tier 2 range. It was tier 2 teetering on tier 1, but I mean, there's some questions with it, like how consistent is it going to be?
Sure. Yeah. No. Is it going to grow in patchy at spots? Does it come out whiskery almost sometimes on the mustache? It sure does, guys. It sure does. No way. 7th round, Kyle. That's crazy talk. That is wild talk. This is a round 2 beard. All right. Maybe don't reach it first, but because it's not the most important position on this face, the beard, the eyes, the blue eyes are the most important, obviously, Chris.
Yeah.
But second round for me.
Second round. Okay. All right. That's fair. I think I could envision second round, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening here. There's a lot of picks here. So we are 6 minutes and 26 seconds away from this draft. And are we 9 days away from the NFL season kicking off, Scotty?
9 days. I'm pretty sure that makes sense because yesterday was 10. So yeah, feel good about 9.
Let's go, man. I'll take that. That's where it's at right there. It's quite offensive. There you go.
Let's go.
Yeah, we are almost there, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be kicking off the start of the NFL season with Thursday Night Football watch along. We are going to have some fun games in store. We have a lot to get all set up. Scotty and I are working hard behind the scenes to make sure that's going to be the insane start to the season. So we can't wait to see you there Thursday night kickoff next week. So there you go. Unknown. What's up, Action Lab? What's up, Unknown? How are we doing?
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Let's see. We got almost everybody present and accounted for. I think we're just waiting on Garrity to be live in the draft, it looks like. Otherwise, everyone is there.
And we will be breaking down each pick, and then we'll be breaking down the teams at the very end. We'll kind of go through who we like, who we don't like. But, I mean, it'll be fun. We'll be having a blast. By the way, Scotty, it warmed my heart this afternoon and this evening to go into our Discord and see everyone preparing for the draft. Everyone's got their setups. Everyone's like, Milwaukee's, he's ready to go. He had Helv and every chairman, all of you guys posting in the Discord of like all your setups and everything. And like the fact that you're like excited and like super stoked for this just as much as we are, like, oh man, it was like super cool to see all of those draft day prep.
Absolutely. Multi-screens, you got 3 or 4 screens. Who you going to pick next? War rooms type stuff. Maybe one year we'll do where you can trade draft picks, Chris. I could set that up. You can trade draft picks, moving into the draft and just move pieces, if you need to. But that's getting a little too wild. But I'm not even ready for that.
But all I can say is we have a fantastic community, and I'm so glad you guys are just as hyped for this as, you are. Because it means the world to us that, like, this is the first year we've done this to this extent. And you guys are, like, taking full advantage and enjoying it just as much, if not more, than I would have ever expected. So thank you guys for this. It's only going to be more fun as the year goes on. If you didn't join our let's go.
All right, to be clear though, that's the last nice thing I'm going to say about any of you tonight. Your picks are going to be an abomination, just to be clear.
Contests. If you didn't get in on the fantasy league, go join our pick'em and our survivor leagues. They're free to enter. Absolutely. What, Scotty? Free? Have you seen those? Remember those commercials? Free. Remember those commercials? We need a commercial.
I don't even know what commercials are. What are commercials?
Oh, I don't know. Something that you watch on a television sometimes.
Let's go.
Chris, I'm trying to rep my Actionlab hoodie tonight, and I'm all of a sudden very hot.
Oh, man.
You guys might see me stripping off at some point here. We'll see. And I'm... I don't even have a shirt on under, so that's real. For 35 something, I'm just kidding. No. we're not taking it to that point.
No.
We don't need James Harden jumping in and be like, I'll do that in a second.
That's why.
Did you say strippers?
It gets hot streaming, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's why I don't stream with pants. What?
Well, and Chris, I don't have a beer or any sort of beverage in front of you besides water, which feels a little odd. Feels a little off.
It's only
the game. Why you have to be mad?
Why you have to be mad?
And I'm like, I need to take tonight off. And now, as we're approaching the draft,
you're itching. You're like, I need something.
I'm feeling like I need something.
People are like, come on, man! Exclamation point! Drink, Scotty. I got one here, so stripping. Okay. I'm awake. Says Cuban.
Yeah, Cuban.
There we go.
Yeah. Sunny D and Doritos. Sunny D. Okay. I mean, I didn't know that anyone above the age of 10 drank Sunny D.
I mean,
when was the last time you had Sunny D, Chris?
I haven't had Sunny D since I was probably in middle school.
I mean, I bet I'd love it if I drank it, but like,
I was never a Sunny D fan. I mean, I thought it was like fine, but after you drink like one of those things, you're like, all right, I'm not, like, it's just too much for me. It's not like normal orange juice. It's like different, right? That sounds like instant heartburn, says Peoria. Peoria Matt, welcome in. First time chatter. Welcome. Who's your team and where you're from? Like to get to know you a little bit. Make sure, hey, hit that follow button because we want to make sure that you are part of our Actionlab Rat family. We are a minute away. By the way, I wanted to update. You guys asked for it, and I gave it to you. Exclamation point. Can you test it? Exclamation point podcast in the chat. Ooh, Bears. Bears from Illinois. I had a feeling Peoria might have been, there, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to make assumptions. Bears. How you feeling about your boys this year? There we go.
It worked.
We have all of our podcast platforms there. We are available on all of those, so make sure you go click and follow us on those various platforms. If you use Spotify, click on the Spotify link and go listen to us on Spotify. If you're Amazon, go do that. So go get those. And if you ever miss a show, If you ever, we are on YouTube, so make sure you go check that out as well. We'll just do a couple of these things before we get here. We're 20 seconds away from our first pick here. We'll be breaking down the picks as we go by, but I hope you guys are hyped. Let's spam the hype emote in the chat. Spam it. Hype emote in the chat. Let's go. Intimidating Banana, it's been a while. I'm ready to make terrible draft choices and regret it in 5 weeks. There you go.
I'll probably regret it. I don't have a great feel for this tonight, Chris. Away we go. All right. Helv officially on the clock as Pootis Birds.
Hype. Spamming the hype in the chat.
I tried to, me having the number 2 pick, I tried to get out of him. Who he's taken at 1 wouldn't hook it up. And oh my goodness,
Jamar Chase
goes 1 overall. Chris, I didn't think I was gonna have a decision at 2. I was just like, I'm gonna take. Now it's already thrown off, Chris. That's how we do it. That's how we do it here. That caught me off guard. I'm gonna be honest, Helv.
Football wife's like, you got some good value at 1. There you go.
Man, and I changed the draft to only a minute per pick, and I'm thrown off already, Chris.
I'm
thrown off already. I did not see Jamar Chase going 1 in my scenarios, but I'm sticking with my dude. I'm sticking with him.
Oh, Christian off the board. All right.
I don't think a single draft is probably in the history of drafting has had Jonathan Taylor drop to 3.
I don't think it's rare. It's rare. But hey, who's 3 right now?
That's my brother Pat is probably just in heaven right now. I would imagine, just thrilled beyond belief. What's his name? Like Wookie Pookie or something? Wookie Pookie? What does that mean, Pat? Not that he can hear any of this. I don't know if he's on the stream or not. I should tell him that we're on stream. Hop on.
Join in. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. Casually, I remember I could have played.
Does he know it? And he goes Cooper Kupp.
Kupp.
Chris, we're on pick 4 with no Jonathan Taylor so far, which is just blows my mind.
Well, at this point, I want to see how far he drops. Oh,
well, there it is. There it is. You sitting there at 5, Chris, and you couldn't. I think I know where you're going here, though. I think, maybe not. Maybe not, because I think, well, you have this player in your league you drafted last night. So maybe you don't want to double up. Maybe you don't want to double up. No, you're doubling up.
I'm doubling up. Get my boy Justin Jefferson. Doubling up. Have to.
I mean, Broncos has to be just thrilled right now getting Jonathan Taylor at 4. Wow. I like it. I like the shakeup. Derrick Henry off the board next. All right, Derrick Henry. Okay, so Derrick Henry is done. Dalvin Cook comes off. Dalvin Cook goes 7. I got him in our other fantasy draft on Actionlab at 11 and was loving it.
Yeah.
Loving it at 11. So not shocked to see him. We still got Eckler, who's ESPN's number 4 overall, sitting out there. Couple more running backs, Harris and Kamara right there. And if you trust ESPN's rankings, they might be the worst out there, actually, Chris. It's possible.
They're not exactly on par with some of the other networks that have their rankings out either. So, yeah, it could be spotty. Dalvin Cooks, coming off the board. Hey, my boys. What's up, Mackie? What's up? Hey, Colorado Zag. There he is. He finally made it in.
There he is. He is here. Yeah. It seems, are you having trouble, Pat, with, it's like you're in and out of the draft. Are you having some, internet connection issues? Did you know that Jonathan Taylor was on the board when you took Cooper Kupp? Did you know?
Oh, Mackie, thank you
so much. And I didn't even have to bribe anyone at this point.
Man, thank you so much for the gifted subs to Colorado Zag, Intimidating Banana, Jerry Betts, Peoria Matt, who's our new chatter tonight, And pocket pool 76.
Lovely pocket pool. I like it. Mackie, thank you so much, man. Mackie, if you guys don't know, he does some
give him a
Twitch
shout.
stuff himself. Give him a shout. Give him some love. Mackie, I hear you might be making a trip out to good old Colorado in the next couple months with Andy. So excited. Get your ass out here. Let's have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Pure Matt, you pop in and you already get a gifted sub. It's all good, man. So we take care of you. Oh, man. Thank you, Mackie. Me and Andy are coming up in November, baby.
Let's go.
Ooh, we've had just literally a string of running backs. I mean, there are some... Woo, man, there's no running backs left. You still got some top receivers on the board here.
After those top 3 wide receivers of Chase, Kupp, and Jefferson, we've seen a little lull here with. Now we get Devontae Adams at pick 11 overall. Devontae Adams is. I mean, I'm a little. I do have him a tier below those other 3, but he could absolutely pop off and just be the same guy he was in Green Bay, which was, last year he was the number 1 fantasy wide receiver in the draft going into it. So. Debatably with Tyreek Hill at least. So, yeah. Alvin
Kamara comes off the board. So the string of running backs continues. Kelsey, first tight end taken. Here we go.
My boy, Kelsey. Who picked Kelsey? Who was that?
Kelsey was taken by Davis Mills.
Baby got next. I think that's Cuban.
He let. You talked a lot about Kelsey, and Cuban could not stay away.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think Cuban just loves the Chiefs in general, so it's hard for him to. He probably wanted to go Mahomes as well. What's up, Real Soul Rebel? How you doing?
Hey, Real Soul, what's going on, guys? If you guys are just joining us, my name is Chris. This is Scott. We are your hosts for the Action Lab. We are doing our second and final fantasy draft here on a Monday for our community. So we will be doing this as we get bigger and we grow next year. We might have more leagues that we're going to do with you guys. So make sure you guys check it out. But if you didn't get a chance to join in on the fantasy, join in on our other contests, Pick'em and Survivor. They're free to enter, and you get some prizes if you finish near the top of those brackets. The bigger, how many people do we have in those? I think around 25 right now, 30.
I think one was at like 29. I think the Pick'em pool was at like 29, and the other one was at like 24 the other day when I checked for the Survivor. So let's get those up to like closer to like 40 or 50, guys.
We need
if
to
you're
get them
not
up there.
in those, check out the chat here. I just posted in there for both those pools. Free to join. Prizes if you finish towards the top, and as Chris said. So, Chris, you're getting close here to being on the clock. We've got a couple wide receivers that have come off with CeeDee Lamb
Nick
and
Chubb.
Stephon Diggs, DeAndre Swift, who was my round 2 pick at 11. So went a little later in this one. Chubby Chubb goes to large. Is that Flungus? Flungus? I don't know why I'm asking you, Chris. It's not like you're gonna know.
No, I'm not. Ooh.
It's Tyreek Hill goes, and you are sitting here. Where are you going? You could, you got a Bronco there, Chris. You got a Bronco?
Oh man,
just sitting there salivating over like
I'm not gonna go wide receiver this time.
Chris, why don't you just implant the team you drafted last night?
Might as well. It was
literally the same 2 picks you made in the first and second round last night.
And they're
bonus points for being the lamest person ever, Chris. Zero creativity.
It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy to keep track of my guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
It's all right. I got some ideas on my next go around here. Once we get back to me, have some things I'm thinking about. Let's see who else came off the board. Javonte and James Conn, running backs. Man, running backs are flying off this board.
Man. Which way do I go here?
I mean, considering there's only I'm not going to influence you. Running backs flying off. That means you get value elsewhere, but that means you're not going to get decent running backs later on. Hey, Valor, thank you so much for the 4 months. Appreciate the love. Valor, thank you for all the support. I know you've been always gifting subs too, so thank you so much for all the love. MG Nobody, welcome in. Oh, and Valor, unreal.
Valor was drafting. What's happening here? We're getting all these gift and subs. Valor, thank you so much. Gifting out 5. Wow. What's up, everybody? Thank Valor if you're here. Thank you so much, Valor. Always incredible. I honestly was struggling to know who I was going to pick there. And I am back, and
thank you so much.
I got my RB2.
MG, by the way, MG Nobody. Let us know who your team is and where you're from. Like to get to know you. Also, you got a gifted sub. Also, did Antonio Ball and Samuel.
That has to be exactly how it's said.
Oh,
Chris.
yeah.
You nailed that one.
And WC Zeller. There you go. Let's see. We had Saquon Ezekiel come off the board. Saquon Ezekiel Elliott come off the board. Patrick Mahomes came off the board.
Help took my little Mahomes. I wasn't going to target him anyway, and I was thinking about actually in round 2 going Mark Andrews. Decided against it, and he fell back into my lap on the come around. So I get an elite tight end at a position that's only got a couple of them in both our leagues. Chris, I'm pretty hyped on that.
There you go. Let's see. Where am I going with my next one here?
Mackie, you're going to be thrilled. Mackie, who do I got? I picked McCaffrey, who I know you love so much. So I got McCaffrey, Saquon. So my running backs are just either going to be the greatest tandem ever or sit all year and be injured. And just took Mark Andrews I have the number 2 overall. You're going to hate me, Mackie. Jonathan Taylor went 4. So Jonathan Taylor did not go 1 overall. I thought I was just going to have whoever was left between Taylor and McCaffrey, and I was just going to pick that guy. And then all of a sudden, Jamar Chase went 1. And I didn't know what to do. But the upside to me and McCaffrey's such a boom guy. Like, if he's healthy, he will be the number 1 fantasy running back this year. I understand that's a big if. I do. But he will lead the league in fantasy points at the running back position if he plays all season long.
Yep. No, I think, I don't think you're off there. It's boom or bust, right? You have to be able to get those guys that are going to like blow up for you and make sure that, hey, you have that explosive potential. You have another quarterback off the board. Josh Allen off the board. Michael Pittman off the board. Let's see. Knock him off here.
Who'd you go with, Chris? I didn't even see. Keenan Allen. You went the always reliable, gonna get you 100 catches, Keenan Allen.
I really, he hasn't dropped me in previous drafts, so I was like, maybe I go with Keenan this time because he just the pure volume that he gets targeted with is like ridiculous.
It's only a game.
And I hate you, says Mackie. Yeah. Jamar Chase at 1, says Valor. That is a mistake.
Mackie, let's make a bet. Because there is no chance in my mind in hell that Jonathan Taylor beats McCaffrey if they play the same amount of games. No chance. Let's come up with a bet on that, and we'll throw that in the Discord because that's an easy win for me.
Hold on, wait. Tyreek
5 subs? You want to just do 5 subs? All right, Mackie. Sounds good to me. Do you want to just get those now, or do you want to wait? Because it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point.
MG Nobody. CMC will get injured early on and go for 1,500 yards. Maybe.
Ooh, all right.
Maybe.
We got the third tight end coming off, Chris, here at the end of the third round, pick 10. Couple wide receivers in front of him, a run of Pittman, Higgins, and AJ Brown. I just got a notification. Valor just showed up in the Discord. What's up, Valor? Thank you for
Valor
coming into the Discord where everything goes down.
By the way, Valor, if you haven't joined,
on belief.
I don't know, MG, Nobody, Valor, all you guys, if you haven't joined our Pick'em or our Survivor, join in. The links are right there in the chat. Join in and make sure you guys play with us this year. We're going to have a lot of fun seeing who has the best Pick'em record, and then also who can last the longest in Survivor. David Montgomery, Travis Etienne, both off the board.
Yeah, Etienne's a guy I like a decent amount. I think there's definitely an upside. Now, it could blow up in your face too, and he just doesn't end up being the guy I think he is. But you get him in space, and he is absolutely dangerous. You gotta get him to space first, and I don't know how often Jacksonville will do that. So we'll see. We will see.
Let's see. I have 101,000 channel points to spend. Way too much time in here.
It's not enough time, football wife. Not enough time.
Maybe
you're here pretty much every second of every show, so I don't know what I even mean by that.
Maybe we need to get some high-priced channel rewards, like something. Let's brainstorm on that, Scotty, or chat. What are some high channel rewards we could throw out there? So all right. So still going down. Justin Herbert off the board now. Justin Herbert coming off.
Bear, good old A Bear coming off. Yeah. I mean, now's probably a stretch where what are we looking at? I mean, I don't know. You can go a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of wide receivers listed at the top of the rankings here, and a few running backs as well. You're probably hurting for running backs, Chris. I don't even remember who you've picked, but wait, you have Keenan, Justin Jefferson,
and Leonard Fournette.
Fournette, that's right.
I mean, I have a decent running back there, but
you got like an RB3 on the roster, so that's good.
It's drying up pretty quick, though. It's drying up real fast. I mean, I like Fournette. He's going to be a baller this year. Lamar Jackson coming off. All right, so we are starting to get a run on quarterbacks now.
What if Tom Brady, something weird is going on with Tom Brady, Chris?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole missing camp and then the whole press conference where he's like, I'm 45, I got a lot of shit going on. It's okay.
A weird.
He seemed miserable. Like, is he regretting coming out of retirement?
I don't know.
It almost feels that way.
It's strange. It's really strange. Plastic surgery, says Jake. I was gonna say he looks very like in what's that Ben Stiller movie with the fashion? Zoolander. He looked like Zoolander style with like the cheekbones and like this he looked weird. He's scheming something, bro, says Mackie. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't.
It's weird. It's a weird situation. I don't know what's going to go down there, but football wife, who doesn't have a lot of shit going on, right? Right?
I don't know. I really weird, but we'll see what happens. Cam Akers off the board here coming up next. So Cam Akers done. All right. So, man, we're already, I mean, on my tier list, we're already down to like tier 5s in running backs already. Like before.
Good thing you got both your running backs, Chris. Everyone's already got 2 running backs, right? Everyone's already got 2. Everyone?
Anyone? Bueller? No, I'm still holding on to my 1. Josh Jacobs. Who drafted Josh Jacobs? Who was that?
Flungus, who is, let me double check who Flungus is. Flungus is Justin Howard. Trying to remember who that is. Oh, no. Who are you, Flungus? Are you in our stream right now? Oh, Intimidating Bananas, Flungus. Gotcha. There we go. I'm like, Justin Howard. But we're good. All right. Now what we got going on here, Chris? We got some another running back, J.K. Dobbins, coming off a season-long injury. We'll see if he's ready to go week 1. That'll be an interesting play. If he's fully back, he could be a great choice, but I don't know. Like, who knows what's going to happen coming off an ACL like that? You never fully know. Bayless on the clock.
I don't like it.
Elijah Mitchell.
I don't like it.
Elijah Mitchell. What are you thinking? Jimmy G's going to be quarterbacking at times for him?
Yeah,
after, his little re-signing today.
That was weird too. Speaking of, that was weird. Just gonna stash Jimmy G, let him play a little bit, right? Like what? Chaos begins soon, says Helv. Cuban Benny, my guy. Let's see. Casually average. Here we go. Running backs are a short commodity at the moment. So, man, this is an interesting draft. This is completely different than our first one, right? Because I mean, the first one there was still, plenty of running backs around this time. Round 4. We're only in round 4, and all of them are kind of sapped away. So this is going to be interesting strategy for everyone who needs running backs or needs like trying to find a diamond in the rough. You're gonna have to get creative with it a little bit here. The first one had me scooping up all the talent, said Mackie.
All right, Scary Terry goes off the board.
And Mike Williams.
I do not have a wide receiver yet, Chris. So I think I should probably address that position since I have to play 3 or 4.
No,
of them, right?
just draft another running back, dude. You're good.
I could just do the all running back strategy and just screw you guys. Although a lot of you guys are already taking a lot of the running backs. So I'm between a couple here.
Stevens is going to get a lot of playing time this year in New England, says MG Nobody. What are you thinking?
All right, I'm gonna go Deontay Johnson. It's kind of boring, but
okay. No, it's fine. It's fine.
I should be a little more creative. Like I took
Justin Tucker, Dustin Knox.
First kicker. Everyone take a shot. Kicker goes off the board. Round 5, pick 1. Now, I'm still between 2 here, Chris. A little bit of a believer in this one. All right, Chris. Let's go.
Cortland Sutton. Oh. What do you think he's gonna have a big year, Scotty? You think he's?
I think he's gonna be the number 1. Everything out of camp is him and Russell have had the best connection as far as guys on that team. So they're gonna toss it around quite a bit, and to get a number 1 option on a team that's gonna throw, I think, quite a bit in Denver.
Well,
probably be behind a lot.
Speaking of Russell, he's off the board.
No, that is Broncos country. Let's ride. I feel like Broncos was like, I have, based off my team name and everything about it, I have to pick Russell. Like, it's not even an option.
Yeah.
Still some dudes out there.
Let's see. Where do I go here? All right, let's take a flyer on Mr. Jalen Waddle. Why not? Let's take a flyer on Jalen.
Why is Jalen Waddle a flyer? Dude caught like 110 balls last year as a rookie.
I'll take it. We'll give it.
Not sure that's a flyer, and I debated him as well, but I believe I have him on our other league, so I didn't want to double up. I like to have different options. A vast portfolio of options.
Broncos,
to go to.
No brainer for Russell Wilson there. No brainer.
I take off the ER, and that's how I feel about that pick. But that's fine. That's fine.
You're getting a solid player there, Broncos, and I'll attest to that.
Mackie said we're friends again. I just saw that. Thank goodness. I finally made a pick that Mackie approves. So at this point, I'd like to announce that Cortland Sutton is on the trading block. If Mackie likes it, he needs to be off my team. So anybody that wants Cortland, send me a deal.
We have Marquise Brown off the board, Amon-Ra St. Brown off the board, Brandon Cooks off the board. So we have wide receivers are starting to pull off. Everyone's like, there's no value at running back anymore. Let's shift gears.
Chairman, right before you get to a pick, you get Amon-Ra a couple picks before, stolen from your grasp. Apparently, people are not excited about Geno Smith throwing to DK Metcalf because DK here still on the board. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of excitement there, Chris.
How much? I mean, that hurts him a lot, right? I mean, it's got to. But I mean, even a serviceable quarterback can get a guy like DK the ball. You would think, right?
I mean, just throw it up. Just throw it up.
Allen Robinson.
That should be their best strategy every time. Allen Robinson here. I like Robinson. I know you like Robinson.
Yep.
Chris. I like that pick here.
Yeah.
Mackie, do you believe in Juju, Scotty? Oh, I believe in Juju. Do I believe in Juju? I don't know. He had a little soft tissue muscle thing going on. He was back at practice today, so I think he's good to go. But I'm a little worried about him being like, I don't know why I have a feeling he's going to have some injuries. I don't know. I know he got hurt last year, but I don't think he has like a longer list of injuries through his career. And last year was kind of a freak thing, but we'll see. I mean, he's probably the number one option as far as, wide receivers. Kelsey's obviously the number one option in Kansas City.
Yeah. All right. So still DK. Devin Singletary comes off here. Klept. Tuesday stream? No way. Actually, it's Monday. But yeah,
you're right.
We're here.
Not a Tuesday stream.
Scotty, did you scare Isaiah Pacheco already?
No, I did not. Not yet. We'll see. We'll see if it fits within my draft strategy here. I know I was kind of bummed in our last week's that I didn't get him, so maybe I'll just take him with my next pick here, Chris. Coming up at 71. We are officially into round 6. Aaron Rodgers goes off the board here.
Packers is coming off here. Cordell Patterson. There you go. Running back. I mean, these are coming off fast. This is going so much faster than I think our first draft went. Like by a long shot. And I don't think it's based off of just the timing. I think people are just making picks fast. Let's see. What else do we have in the chat? That t-shirt is fresh, Chris. By the way, Klept, I am almost done building the new store. It'll be ready by what's today? Today's
Monday.
Guaranteed by Sunday stream, I will have hats, these shirts, those hoodies that Scotty's wearing. Show off your hoodies here, Scotty. We're gonna have different colors in hoodies. We're going to have all sorts of cool stuff. So we're going to have coffee mugs. I think someone said coffee mugs. We're going to do coffee mugs. We'll do pint glasses. We'll do all sorts of cool things. So it's going to be a super...
Is there going to be our faces on any of them, Chris? Can you get our face?
We could.
Add that logo?
We could do that.
Who wouldn't want our face, like, as you're drinking coffee? That'll bring you joy in the morning, just getting to see our lovely faces. Even though I'm going to be honest, it doesn't look like me. All,
and Klept,
not even a little bit.
And Klept, I know you've been asking for a hat for a while, which is why I'm going to buy you your first hat from the store. So make sure we connect in the Discord for sure, and make sure we get that going. You've been very patient. Mooney, Judy, and Godwin, wide receivers off the board,
and the great Clyde Edwards-Helaire coming off the board. The great value donkeys. Great value on that pick. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the number one running back on one of the top teams. Hurts so good for you, huh, Chris?
I'm going Jalen Hurts. He's guy that I had in my top 2 tiers. One of my top 2 tiers here. I think he's going to be good this year. I think he's going to have a lot of weapons. I didn't think he was going to drop back down to me at the next pick.
All right.
Let's see. What else do we have? I was going to take quarterback, but then I saw 3 wide receiver. It's a 3 wide receiver league, says Intimidating Banana.
It is. Yep. 3 wide receivers
Jeez,
plus a flex. So you can have up to 4 wide receivers on your roster going at any moment. So we got my brother Patrick on the clock right here. TJ Hawkinson goes off to Broncos. Hunter Renfrow. All right. Hunter Renfrow, liking the slot guy out in Vegas. Oh, options here, Chris. Options. There's a couple things I just want to check here.
Man, Clyde Edwards Hilaire. That's an interesting one. Like, what do you think about that running back situation for Kansas City?
I think it's a mess, to be honest. I don't think they know who they like. It's just not a good situation. Oh, what the heck. Let's get a little Michael Thomas action on this.
Ooh, Michael Thomas. Okay.
Hope that he has something left in him here.
Yeah, I like it. Melvin Gordon off the board. Amari Cooper off the board. Man, fly. People know what they want, Scotty.
I know. I'm the one that's taking forever here. I'm slowing this boat down.
Dude, I've been
exhausted.
I've been taking my full time. I mean, it's flying off fast here. Melvin Gordon. Let me get him off here. Jalen Hurts is perfect for fantasy, says Klept. I hope so. I think this is going to be a big year for him. Again, he's got a lot of weapons. He's got his legs. He can do a lot with the football. So I'm hoping that's the case. Let's see. Juju, your boy, off the board.
My boy Juju. Let's go.
Get those TikToks ready. Get those TikToks.
Hell yeah. I'm all about the TikTok. Oh.
I don't know where I go with this next.
There's a couple guys I got to target next time that hopefully are there. I got a long time to wait here. There's a few guys that I like that are still there.
Did Brees Hall got taken, right? I don't see him on here.
Yes, he did get taken, Chris.
Yeah. Okay, just check.
What do you think? We're clowns out here? Idiots? Just leaving Brees Hall for you?
I mean, I would have,
Thinking Melvin Gordon's going off before Brees Hall? Stop it. We got the Cowboys, Dak.
Go Dak.
What? Say that again, Chris?
Go Dak.
Because it kind of comes off like you're cheering for something that doesn't sound exactly like Dak. I mean, it's similar to Dak, but not quite Dak.
Gabriel Davis off the board. There you go. Okay. Oh, man. Where do I go here? I think there's a fall off after this guy. I think there's a fall off, and there's not much else for a while. Let's go Darren Waller.
I mean, I'm shocked Waller's.
Yeah. The fact that he
dropped that low. I mean, to me, I think he's probably a top 5 tight end, and I think we certainly had more than that come off. So
I was not ready for him to be there.
Yeah, I didn't even realize. I mean, obviously, I took Mark Andrews, so I haven't been looking at the tight ends at all. But that one was surprising to have there. Waller's the top 3 tight end. I mean, I'm not going to rank him above Andrews, Kelsey, or Pitts. Not in my mind.
I think he's down there with Kittle. I think him and Kittle are in the same tier, probably, for me.
Yeah, you could maybe argue like a Dalton Schultz, because Dallas is going to have to rely on, especially early on, Schultz quite a bit.
I'll tell you, the trains go heavy. We went all running backs and we had all receivers. Look at this. Tight end. The train is rolling on tight ends.
Dalton Schultz, he's, we had tight end. He's the 4th of them, and I like him. He might be better than any of those, Ertz, Goddard, or even Waller, potentially. I like Dalton Schultz. I think Dallas is going to have to throw the ball a ton to him, because they just, outside of CeeDee Lamb, you don't have a lot of, until Gallup's back and healthy, which he might be back somewhat soon, but you never know. So, yeah.
Top of the morning to you, football wife, says Cuban. Let's see.
Oh my goodness.
People
it's
sleeping
hard
on
when
Waller.
I don't like having the end snake picks. Like I was 11 in our other one and 2 in this one. I'm too ADD. I get bored in between, Chris. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready to pick.
Ooh, running back Cameron or Damian Pierce.
Damian Pierce. That's he's been all the talk, all the rage after his preseason performance he's been putting on. But there's still a few out there at running back that I kind of like. Adam Thielen's still out there. No love for Thielen. Can't stop this Thielen. See what I did there?
Oh, don't stop the Thielen. That's a whole different song, right?
Yeah, it is not the same song as I was referencing. Yes, Chris.
Yeah.
Yep, and you ruined it. You ruined the moment.
I just ruined the moment. It's gone. We'll never have that moment back. Adam, speaking of, there he is. You willed it to fruition there.
At that point, it would have been wrong for Cuban not to take Adam Thielen.
Gabriel Davis came off too as well. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm,
All right.
Good. Is that someone you didn't want?
No,
Were you not targeting Gabriel Davis?
I'm just trying to keep tabs on my other because, like, I can't. I don't want to give people my. I'm sharing my screen here, so I can't give people. So I had to do it on the side. So I got my tiers on the side over here that I'm like keeping tabs on. Christian Kirk.
Is it weird that I don't really like? I don't mess with that at all. I don't queue anybody. Maybe that's why it takes me so long to pick, Chris.
Well, I mean, for me, I like to have some benchmarks when I'm drafting. Like, I don't like get super crazy with it. Like, when it comes down to it and I need to make a pick, I'll just do it. But I like to have some
DeAndre Hopkins.
Who
I've said multiple times I like that play late because when he's back, he's a monster. So.
All right, we're getting into a little bit further down the line here. Got some, let's see who's running backs. Got some wide receivers. Oh, all right, man. What else do we have? Flex hashtag Thick Russ says Broncos. Thick Russ. People sleeping on Waller, man. Second Dak shot.
Yep, that's when you were whatever you were saying. I think you were trying to say Dak, but it came out a little funky, Chris.
All right, so we have Pollard and Bateman off the board.
If the Cowboys could just figure out to get Zeke out of the way, Pollard could have a monster year. Although I'm a little worried about the Cowboys' offensive line. They lost Tyron Smith to what's likely a season-ending injury. They lost their other tackle. They released La'el Collins. Chris is on the clock here, so I'm going to try and distract him as much as possible. Chris, can you hear me?
I can't hear anything that you got going on right now.
I mean, you're literally responding, so feels like you can hear me. Who are you going to draft? Who is it? Who?
I'll drink to that.
Who? Are you just hovering over the news and notes on Damian Harris there? Is that what's going on? Is Damian Harris, good old Dame? Good old going with the juggernaut offense that is the New England offense?
All right, we'll do it. We'll go Drake London.
Oh, and then all of a sudden just nope, I'm going to ignore everything and shoot up and grab the rookie wideout.
Let's see what kind of a year he has there. We'll see.
Oh, let's see.
Atlanta's gonna be throwing the ball a ton. I think they're gonna be they'd be playing from behind. They're gonna be playing. They got to get the ball to somebody.
Yeah. Who's throwing that ball? Good old. Who looked good though is Ritter. Ritter looked good. There was some throws in preseason. I was like, damn.
Is there a way Ritter starts this year?
Maybe eventually. Not to start. Not to start. Obviously, Mariota is going to be the starter day one, and I don't know if Atlanta. It's in their best interest. Well, actually, it might be in their best interest to play Ritter, unless that whoever gives you the worst chance of winning, you should just go with that because it's a lost season out in Atlanta. Sorry if we have any Falcons fans here.
Bills
we
D
get a defense. Have we had a defense before this, or was that the first D?
Packers D came off.
Okay.
Packers
Okay.
D already came off.
People must have been watching our defensive rankings when we had
They must have.
Packers at 1 and Bills at 2. I am high on this guy, Chris.
Elijah Moore's off.
Let me make sure that's where I want to go. You know, I sit there and I'm waiting the whole time, and then all of a sudden it gets to that moment, and I'm like, I'm scared. I'm scared, Chris. But I like this dude. I think you get
Chase Edmonds off the board.
I think he's going to be RB1 for the most part in Miami. I mean, no, it'll be a committee with Mostert, but Chase Edmonds in an offense that's going to feature the run. I mean, this is the offense that we saw in San Francisco. So you're going to have a lot of running backs here. They're going to run the ball a lot, even with those weapons on the outside.
Claypool, Bengals D coming off. Okay. Okay, let's see.
Is it back to me again? Health picks too quick. Okay.
Health picks.
I don't even have time to breathe.
Health is just like rapid fire, like just shooting out like the picks. Like nobody's business here.
Let's roll. Let's get some Trey Lance action.
Trey Lance.
I'm here for it. Love me some Trey Lance.
Trey Lance fell actually further than I thought he would. That's a nice pickup.
Yeah, no, I like the run option. The running quarterback, and he might lead the league in rushing yards at the quarterback position this year. So, do I know how good of a quarterback he's going to do as far as helping them win? I could care less, Chris. Just run that damn ball. Every time you think, throw it, don't do it. Just run it. All right, Trey? Run the football.
All right, so then what is Alan Lazard comes off? The Lizard off the board.
The Lizard King.
Lizard King off the board, and I am back on here. Okay.
Did anyone take Ridley yet? Ah, man. I'd love to take Ridley. I think he's going to be a nice pick. Andrew Luck going to be a free agent? Maybe. He's someone I would target if I were you guys.
Man. It's starting to dry up on me here.
It's so dry. It's desert. It's bone dry, Chris. Bone dry.
All right. I need some depth there.
Penny.
Yeah.
Going with that juggernaut offense.
Yeah.
Didn't you draft Penny? Did you draft Penny last night?
No, I didn't. I ended up going someone else on that route. I didn't stick with Penny. Chris Olave off the board right after.
Another rookie wideout. There's a couple more here. Garrett Wilson's on the next, top available for the Jets, who might have to start Flacco week 1. And I don't know if you saw that interception that Flacco had in the preseason game, Chris.
It was bad.
Holy hell. I mean, I literally have no idea what was going through his mind when that occurred. I mean, it was terrifying.
I need to update our sub count, by the way.
What are we at? 400?
No, we're almost to we're 11 away from our 150 sub goal.
Let's
almost
go.
there.
We're almost there.
Guys, if we get to 150, I will redeem what we didn't get to on last night's stream, and that's the one chip challenge. We fell short. So if we
11 more subs tonight, and Chris will do the one chip challenge with the hottest damn chip you've ever had.
I will murder my mouth and
wow.
Brady. All right, so Stafford, Brady, and Ayuk coming off the board. All right, so quarterbacks starting to make their moves. Brady off and Stafford off. All right, and then Ayuk off the board.
Glad I grabbed Trey Lance when I did. Now that I'm assuming maybe not. Maybe these guys are getting their quarter. Has anyone taken 2 quarterbacks?
Not to my knowledge, I don't think. Not to my knowledge. Sky Moore, Damian Harris.
No, Milwaukee's best is taken Bear and Rodgers. Had to have Rodgers. Had to have Packers D, apparently, Milwaukee. Believing in those two. That's fine.
All right. So. Ooh, okay. All right. So Sky Moore coming off your boy in KC, the rookie, who's might be pretty dynamic for them, right? Intimidating man. We've all taken one now, I think. I think you're right. I'm taking the queuing system to my advantage, Scott says hell.
Scott, use the queue to your advantage. No. No. Then I'm just like, oh, I'll queue him and I'll queue. Maybe this is working great, guys.
Butker off the board. You can't draft your boy.
No.
You know, I saw an interesting take on TikTok about drafting, and it was like, you know, a lot of the guys that you draft at a certain point in the draft, like your 14 through 15 rounds, a lot of them are guys that are probably going to end up on the waiver wire anyway. It's kind of an old mindset to take your kicker last when there's like, you know, McPherson or you know, Tucker out there. And it's worth it to get a guy that you know you're going to start all season long as opposed to a guy that you might drop in waivers later on. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I don't know if I'm quite there to believe that yet. I mean,
no, that's an awful take, Chris.
I'm not there yet.
I mean, is the top performer at kicker so vastly superior that like, and a guarantee? It's a lot of times it's just random situation. Like, all right, does the team score like 4 touchdowns, or do they kick 4 field goals? Like, it's random at times. Like, for me, I will always take kicker towards the end in one of the last 2 rounds. Always. It just doesn't. I don't care. I don't care who my kicker is. Just me personally.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Except for when I'm on stream and I draft the kicker in like the 10th round.
Yeah, you did do that with McPherson yesterday.
I did.
And that was nice.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy with my kicker. So don't hate on me with that.
I don't even look at the kicker on my team. I'm like, I don't know.
Derek Carr is off the board. Lockett, Carr, Stevenson, and Joku. Okay. All right. Derek Carr, Mr. What do they call it? Eyeshadow or the mascara, the eyeliner?
I mean, yeah, he looks like he's out to murder somebody with the weird eyeshadow.
Lockett. It's gone.
I mean, Tyler Lockett, that's dropping to round 10. I mean, people literally could not hate the quarterback play anymore. And out there in Seattle. Those two dropped quite a bit in ours. Robert Woods, a newcomer to Tennessee, coming off an injury last year with the Rams. See how he fits in, and he should be their wide receiver 1, honestly. I just don't know. Are they going to have big numbers? Who knows, Chris? Who knows?
Who knows is right. All right.
It's your pick, Chris. It's your pick. You're on the clock. 28, 27, 26, 25. I'm just messing with you. This is great. Great streaming entertainment for all. Anybody still watching? Do we have anybody at all? No, I'm just kidding. What are we doing? What are we doing, Chris?
We'll go James Cook.
Cool. He was in my queue, Chris. He was in my queue.
James Cook was I was about to go receiver, and then I was like, James Cook is still there. I'll snag him.
Dick. You are the worst.
Sorry, I'm not sorry. Brandon McManus, Pat Fryermuth. McManus. Your boy. McManus and Fryermuth. Man, the We're at the bottom of the barrel with some of these tight ends too. I mean, there's still some. There's still a handful. Still got some time. What else do we have here in the chat? Let's see. Nothing. We're clear.
I mean, that's why I'm like, is anybody here? Anybody?
It's
it
quiet.
says there are people here.
Maybe I need to. Should I just put it on emote only mode and just watch people just go crazy?
Just wild. Pookie Pookie. Kenneth Walker the third. Okay. All right. This guy's too good if somehow he can stay healthy. My whole team might be injured like week 4, Chris. Like by week 4, I might have nobody left. But he's a huge upside play. So much damn talent with Kadarius Toney that I'll throw a flyer on him. I think he's like, how many wide receivers do I have now? I went from not having any wide receivers to now I got 5. He's my 5th.
Cole Kmet off the board.
Cole Kmet.
There you go.
He's like, him and Justin Fields are like the shitty brand version of like Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, right? Like
Colts D off the board. No more Colts defense.
Now, here's a pick I'm actually legitimately excited about, Chris. I took Madison in our other league with Dalvin Cook because I wanted to handcuff. Well, I don't know if you saw the reports out there today, Chris, but it's reported and been verified basically that he is on the trade block, that he's only got 1 year left on his deal and they're not close on a contract. So it's very possible. Reportedly, like 12 teams had called at that point already expressing interest in Madison. And I love Madison. And if he can get traded before the season and be RB1 next, somewhere, that's a huge steal getting in round 11 at the running back position. So I'm pretty hyped for that one. Pretty hyped.
I mean, there's always that potential, that speculation that could come into play there with that.
If he gets moved, Chris, he would be at least the second best running back on your team. At least.
I mean, maybe. Tyler Boyd off the board.
You hate running backs, so
I mean, yeah, they're the worst. I don't know why we even need to have running back slots. Peoria Matt, I'm here. Yeah, hey. By the way, Peoria Matt, how do you feel about the Bears this year? I want to know what your thoughts are on the Bears. Like, what do you feel about Justin Fields? What are your thoughts? Do you think he's going to take a step? There's a new coaching staff. He's going to be learning a new system, right? But what do you think about their prospects this year? I'm just curious. So you're the first Bears fan we've had. We don't have too many Bears fans hanging around our chat very often. If the O-line is straightened out, Fields will flourish. Garrett Wilson off the board. Okay.
That's a big if though. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I like Fields, and I think that offensive line just hasn't exactly shown up so far in preseason even. So, but you're right. If they can figure things out and give him a little bit of time, I like Darnell Mooney. I like Cole Kmet, some of the options they have there. Montgomery's a solid running back, so they have some pieces. It's not like, and they have some injuries right now at wide receiver, I believe, too. Oh, gonna pick up Pickens, huh? Getting the GOAT, the greatest wide receiver to ever play, according to preseason football. George Pickens.
I'll take Pickens. Treylon Burke off the board. Okay. All right, we're rolling through. All right, let's see. Getsy already is calling out plays that highlight Fields' athleticism, something Nagy never did.
Yeah, I mean, Nagy had his way and wanted to stick with that. I can't say too much negative about Nagy. He's back on the Chiefs coaching staff. So, but he gets so much hate. Matt Nagy does. And I'm not saying it's not justified, but man, a guy that, did he have an above 500 record in Chicago? I think he did. Like, his overall tenure, he won more than he lost. And the way people talk about him, you would have thought he was the worst coach that's ever
he got
existed on a sideline.
He got torched by people, man. Like, I mean, everyone was like killing that guy, and I'm just like,
let me verify if Matt Nagy coaching record. Yeah, 34-31. 4 seasons. Did go 0-2 in the playoffs, but I mean, let's be honest, that it's not like that was a team that was just loaded and that was like, oh, they're a Super Bowl favorite, they just need decent coaching. At least I don't feel that way. So a lot of hate for Nagy for a guy that actually won more games than he lost. I'll stick up for you, Matt. I got you.
I mean, Matt Nagy, I think he's a solid coordinator for sure. Noah Fant off the board. We're going deep on some of these positions. I don't even think Noah Fant has gone in any league that I've drafted all year long.
Yeah, Elv makes a good point too. Double doink to Matt Nagy was a 2x4 to the head that he never recovered from. Yeah, that's another thing. He was 0-2 in the playoffs, but should have gotten a win in his first playoff game. But their kicker, I forget who it was. Was it Parker? Had an easy kick to win it at the end, and it went double doink, Chris. Double doink and out. Cost Matt Nagy a playoff win.
Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate.
I mean, I'm on the clock in 10 picks. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding.
It's coming up fast, man. All right, so we're going to be done here soon. So we'll go over, by the way, if you guys are hanging out, go ahead and hang around. We'll dissect some of these teams that we have been drafting here, and we'll dive into, what we like, what we don't like, and more. And then also, again, don't forget to join in on our contests. There we go. Pick'em and Survivor. We will be getting those. It's not too late to jump in on those. Looks like we have McPherson off the board. Okay, boom. No love for Gesicki.
Yeah.
No love.
Well, he's on the trading block. Apparently you can't play for Mike McDaniel if you don't block. So, as a tight end, which Gesicki is not a blocking tight end. That's true, but I think he's actually a really, really great pass catching and a tremendous red zone option. So I'd find a way if I was Mike McDaniel to use that dude. But I'm also not an NFL coach, so it's not up to me. McPherson comes off a little later than he did in your draft last night, Chris.
Yeah, a little later. Yeah,
Parkey, not Parker. You're right, Helv. Parkey. Sorry, that was the Bears kicker.
Okay, DJ Chark, do off the board. Is it?
Are we gonna keep going?
No, I was just gonna leave it there. I feel like people's ears were tortured enough.
Yeah, no, cool. Me too. I was just gonna leave it there.
It's cool. I left that. Oh, and maybe we just need to say people's names. Mike Gesicki comes off the board. I think I've pronounced his names 3 different times, in all 3 different ways, since we've been talking about it.
I'm almost certain you have, and I'm not even sure if any of them were right.
Gesicki.
Gesicki? Could you do a
Gesicki. Russell Gage off the board here. Russell Gage in Buccaneers D. Russell Gage and Bucks D. Okay. All right.
What round is this, Chris? This is 12. There's 15 rounds, correct? So, okay.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do here.
What are we gonna do, Chris? What are we gonna do?
I've heard some injury news coming out of the Rams.
Okay.
Surrounding the running back
kicker
position, and I think Darrell Henderson might come into play at some point. There's just the running back situation there is like so in flux, but
yeah, but he sucks.
I mean, but
even if he starts, I mean, he's a viable option, I guess, but he's not actually good. And I liked him coming out of Memphis.
I think. There's already injury news to RB1. in the Los Angeles Rams organization. Like I already like the fact that that's a thing. I'll stash him. He's not going to be playing for me that much, but I'll stash him and see what ends up happening with those injuries. Hunter Henry, Trevor Lawrence, off the board.
Okay.
Broncos country getting the back. By the way, backup quarterbacks are starting to come off. Scotty, what is your thoughts on backup quarterbacks?
If I have a top guy, I would never. If I have a guy, I feel like I'm going to start every week, almost no matter what. Then I don't feel the need to waste a bench spot. I put it down to only 5 bench spots, which is a little less than most leagues. I'm not going to waste one on a backup quarterback. If you have a quarterback that maybe is mid-tier and you want to pair him with another middle-tier quarterback and base it off matchups, I'm fine with that.
It's kind of like what I did with Stafford.
I probably do. Wait, where am I going? Let's just go. Let's go high upside again if he ever gets back. He'll be back soon. They didn't even put him on the pup.
Michael Gallup. Okay. Gallup off the board. Right. All right. So we have 3 more picks left. Okay.
Yeah.
Spiller comes off the board, running back. So Spiller. Okay. By the way, I might. I'll take a look at that here in a sec.
The moon. Let's go.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Let's go.
you sniped him. You sniped him.
Let's go. RB1 and KC on my roster. Hey guys, I am in the market to give you one of my great running backs since you guys are all in need desperately of running backs. Hook me up.
Hook him up.
Hook me up. Call me up.
Hold on.
All right, Chris. I only got 2 rounds left, and I have yet to pick, of course, a kicker or a defense. So, Antonio Gibson was drafted. Chris, stop embarrassing yourself.
I was like, wait a minute. There's no shot that he's still available, right?
And then don't pick Brian Robinson, Chris. Just a pro tip there. Pro tip.
Tyler Higbee. Okay. Where do I go here?
Where do you go, Chris? Where do you go?
Okay.
Saints defense.
Saints D. I think they're going to be pretty stout this year.
Huh?
Lungus on the board, on the clock right now. Kenny Galladay comes off. Wide receiver Kenny Galladay.
I mean, quite possibly the worst free agent signing ever, Chris.
I mean,
that dude has not worked out thus far in New York and has been like he was playing in the second half of their last preseason game, Chris. That's how far he's fallen.
It's the second half. Brutal.
Playing in the second half of their last preseason game and not exactly dominating out there. Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. You're right. It's man, that's rough, man. That is.
But at the same time, great pick. Great pick.
Naheem Hines comes off the board.
That was Garrity's been auto drafting this whole thing, so I don't know if he set a queue up prior to, but he is just on auto draft. No show, our only no show in our 2 leagues for the draft, Chris. Congratulations to Garrity.
Watch he wins the league. Watch he wins the league. Yeah,
probably. I think I have a bye week 1 because I think I play Health. So just a nice little easy soft schedule to start for me.
You got
It's
that
nice.
that early easy schedule.
Early buy, like you don't want the early buy, but that's basically what I was handed. That's the deck I've been handed. So bye week for me with Helv week 1.
Okay, let's see.
Redacted, huh? All right, Helv. Let's keep it PG in here.
Oh, you cheeky redacted.
Oh, I forgot that you have the self bet. So you're getting a Chiefs jersey, right? That says Actionlab on it?
That'll be sweet, by the way.
Yeah.
That will be
He
sweet.
wants that jersey so bad that he picked Jamar Chase first overall, Chris. That's how bad he wants to miss the playoffs.
KJ Hamler coming off the board. There we go. All right.
Who was that? I figured that was Cuban. I had a feeling that was Cuban. Hell, if I don't qualify, no, I know, I understand. But I'm feeling pretty. I mean, you got to finish in the top half of the league, and I don't even know. We'll run through the rosters. I'm not going to look at yours. I'm not looking at anybody's until we run through them, so I can actually just have a legitimate response seeing each team's roster for the first time.
All right.
Oh, that's Milwaukee's best. I'm like, who is best? Milwaukee's best. Got it. Romeo Dobbs, of course. Gonna take a Packer. You have to. If you're believing, there's the second greatest wide receiver to ever play, Chris, in preseason. Romeo Dobbs is just the talk of the nation, sweeping the nation with his decent preseason. He could be. I mean, listen, Rodgers is gonna have to throw to somebody, right?
True.
Gonna have to throw to somebody.
Actually,
Intimidating banana. I'm just gonna be funny with these last two picks. I thought you were being funny with all your picks.
I mean,
Were you not?
we were just.
Were you being sincere? I'm just kidding. I honestly, actually, like I said, I haven't paid attention to who everyone's picking and who's on what roster, but
Ooh,
I'm sure your team's great.
All right. I was wondering if someone's gonna take Julio.
Oh.
I was wondering about it because I was like, man, Julio's still in here. He's got Tom Brady. I know he's not what he used to be, but with my second to last pick here before kicker, maybe Julio will get a couple like red zone targets. Maybe he gets some action, and there he goes off the board. Julio. Done.
Can't touch him.
We are must-see TV. Prepare for chaos and for some tradition. Yeah, that's another thing. We're setting a tradition benchmark. This is our first ever fantasy league for the Action Lab, and you guys are making history right now.
Milwaukee took Brian Robinson. Milwaukee, just honest question regarding Brian Robinson. You do, and I say this sincerely, you do know he got shot this week, right?
I don't want to laugh, man.
I'm just saying, like, terrible thing that happened, but the man literally got shot twice, and his lower extremities. I mean, he's not. Fortunately, it was not something that's gonna jeopardize his life or anything like that. But it's also possible that he doesn't play football this year, which is the least of anyone's concerns. Oh my gosh!
Dolphins D. Someone sniped it from you.
What is going on? Did someone just take Mac Jones? Unbelievable.
All right.
Unbelievable.
Second to last pick.
Intimidating banana. I mean, if Mackie could see you, he'd be so proud.
He'd be so proud. He would be ecstatic. All right, we're approaching the final round here, guys. This is it. I'm not going near a player that got shot a few times in the legs. LOL, says Klept. Intimidating banana. We do a little goofing around. Milwaukee's best. Yes. badass mofo. Team is stacked with Packers. Can afford him. By the way, those Packers.
But some of your Packers are on your bench. You're gonna have Aaron Rodgers just sitting on your bench. You can't do that. You gotta. I'd play him. I'd play him each and every week.
By the way,
he's the GOAT.
By the way, Milwaukee's. I love the picture.
I'm on the clock. This is not good, Chris.
This is a disaster. Only 35 seconds. Don't worry. I love the picture you posted, Milwaukee, in the Discord, along with everyone else. Hey, thanks for sharing all your pictures leading up to the draft. It means a lot. It means it's cool to get to know you and put faces to names, especially in like our Discord server. So thank you for being a part of that. Thank you for posting your pictures and all the cool things you guys did.
I don't know, Chris. I panicked. Panicked.
Did you take Cleveland D?
Yeah, I panicked. I panicked. But what if Baker Mayfield week 1 decides to be Baker Mayfield, Chris?
I mean, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's possible, right?
You never know. Aaron Rodgers said that guy got immunized a few times in the lower extremities. I mean, that's probably it. You want like our LinkedIn pics or selfies? LOL. Yeah, I want your headshots. Throw your headshots in, your professional headshots. I want to see what you got.
Good old Matt Prater is my kicker, Chris.
In the Discord.
I met Matt Prater. Have I told this story to you or on this stream before? How I met Matt Prater at a bowling alley when he used to play for Denver?
You didn't. I think you did. Yeah, you said he was a good guy, right?
No, he was a tool.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
But I was like, I'm a Chiefs fan. And he's like, when he was a Bronco, he's like, do you think I give two shits about the Broncos? I could care less. I was like, oh, all right. Cool, bro. He had this like weird chain on. I'm like, dude, you know you're a kicker, okay? Let's slow our roll. at a lovely bowling alley in suburbia Denver. Not even in Denver. Technically, it's in like Lone Tree. Okay.
Oh, who knows? I'm high on the Minnesota Vikings, so I'll go Joseph, I guess. Whatever. All right. There you go. There's my kicker. I am done.
Prater was in my friend's DUI classes. I actually believe you. And that's hilarious if it is true.
Matt Prater.
And if not, it's still funny. Yeah, he was kind of a tool, but I was glad he didn't like the Broncos, so I gave him bonus points for that.
What a douche. What a douche.
Justin Fields going off in the last round here, the board. A lot of people doubling up on QB, Chris. I did not. Did you?
I did not either. I feel like Jalen Hurts will be my guy for most of the season. Plug in a guy here and there for maybe a bye week or a bad matchup, but otherwise, I'm good. Last couple coming off the board. Tua going off. Getting Tua, Graham Gano, New York Giants. Got a feeling they're going to kick the ball a little bit, I guess.
Ali Cox.
Tight end. I did double up on tight end. I got my boy. I have high hopes for Irv Smith Jr. Injured last year. I like Irv.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get these last couple picks off the board here, and then we are going to review some of these before we sign off tonight. And then we are good to go.
Though. We did it, Chris.
We did it.
We're 3 picks away from everyone being finished, but you and I are done. Congratulations. 2 leagues. We made it through, Chris. I don't know if I'm substantially better than everyone else's teams in both leagues, but there's clearly a gap for sure.
Gap between you and tier 1.
I mean, my running back 5 might be better than your running back 2, Chris.
Don't worry about it. I mean, you got Christian McCaffrey, so as long as he doesn't get hurt, you're golden.
Gonna be the number 1 fantasy player in the league this year.
A girl I was dating's son delivered a pizza to Prater's house after he hit a game winner for the Lions. He said it was a party. Girls everywhere.
Oh, I'm sure. The man liked to get after it on the party scene. I mean, he's a little bit like, kind of reminds me a little bit of the kicker from the movie The Replacements, Chris, if you remember that one.
Oh, yeah. No, the guy who's smoking on the sideline. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just.
All right, let's dive into
Pritter's
these.
not British or whatever he was, but.
All right, so I'm gonna slide these over real quick. We're gonna get this all formatted here to make it look nice, and then we're gonna dive into all of these picks. So we're just gonna turn this guy off. Actually, no, we'll pull it over. I am struggling. All right, here we go.
Chairman already put everyone on his team on the trading block. He hates his team already. Randall Cobb, JK points out, Mr. Irrelevant, the final pick of the draft. Another Packer for Milwaukee's best. Seems like he's in for disappointment when he finds out the defense is going to have to carry that team this year.
Okay,
but he does have the Packers D. So
let's start off with the top here. The top team in the drop down here is Two Fort Pootis Birds. Who is this?
This is Helv. This is Helv, Chris.
All right, so Helv. Here we go. We got Patrick Mahomes. We have Elliott Gordon. Hey, Helv.
Rating with a party of one. Thank you, Helv.
Thank you.
You may regret that after I dive into your roster here.
So he's got Patty Mahomes, your boy. He's got Elliott and Gordon, so maybe a little weaker on the running back side. Then you got Jamar Chase, Amari Cooper, Claypool, Knox, Kmet. So we got double tight ends, tight end and flex in the tight end spots at the current juncture. Then as you go down here, we have let me pull this up here. Colts D, Spiller, Landry, Tannehill, and more. I don't know why it's not letting me scroll down more over here. Hold on. I'm gonna shrink this up a little bit so I can like do this. There we go. That's a little bit better.
Do whatever. It looks funky, but whatever.
Yeah. We'll just whatever. We'll roll with it. All right. There we go. All right. So what do you think, Scotty?
Chris, I have a lot of concerns here. If I'm being honest. I mean, Mahomes and Chase are going to have to both go like scorched earth for Helv, I feel like. The running back position, it would be absolutely electric if this was 2015. But it's not. And these guys are not exactly at the peak of their playing days. Amari Cooper, I don't know what the upside is in Cleveland with, Jacoby Brissett passing the ball to you for most of the year, and he's injury prone as well. Claypool running out of the slot as the number 3 in Pittsburgh. Dawson Knox is okay. Doubling up on tight end with Kmet at the flex. Yeah, Chris. I mean, sorry, Helv. Sorry, I don't love this team.
I have committed chaos as Helv. Yeah, you have. You've committed chaos, and we love it. We love each and every second of it. All right, Scotty, you're up next. We're diving into yours soon. Let's do it. So Trey Lance, quarterback. You got McCaffrey and Barkley, nice solid running backs. Both of them coming off years that they didn't play. So
Barkley played a little last year. And McCaffrey played like week 2.
But the upside, if they play all season long, I like those. I mean, those are 2 1s, right? If they play, if they don't get hurt, McCaffrey's been shining in training camp. So, I mean, hopefully. Then you got Johnson, Sutton, Thomas, Mark Andrews, Juju in the flex, and Brown's D. I think Brown's D was a little bit of a choke, but you ran out of time.
I mean, my defense is yeah. Kyle King's right. He's like, week 9 is gonna suck. I did not pay attention to buys, Chris. Congratulations. Let me check the schedule real quick. And just, if you're playing me week 9, celebrate right now.
Yeah, you're golden.
Congratulations to, where is it? Milwaukee's best.
Milwaukee. There you go.
He'll be on a bye that week, and we'll be starting no one against no one. Yeah, Kyle King. That's kind of who I am. I'm a high risk, high reward guy. That's kind of my thing with fantasy football. So obviously Trey Lance, I just like the running upside that you can offer with a running quarterback there. McCaffrey, I said, if he's healthy, is going to be the number one fantasy player overall. Barkley, the reports out of camp are that he's been a monster. Hopefully, if he stays healthy. And then I have like my four wide receivers here I'm okay with. None of them are like gonna blow up and be incredible outside of maybe Cortland Sutton. But Deontay Johnson, Cortland Sutton, Michael Thomas, we'll see what he's like after having a couple year hiatus. And Juju, the number one option in the Chiefs. I get one of the elite tight ends with Mark Andrews. So I'm happy there in both our leagues. I got one of my top 3 tight ends with Andrews here and Pitts in the other. Kicker and defense, whatever. I don't care. My bench.
I'll drink to that.
All right. My bench is I actually don't love my bench. Gallup could be a good option if and he didn't go on PUP, so I think he could be coming back as early as maybe like week 3 and only miss a couple weeks, and he slots into that wide receiver 2 role on a Dallas team that throws the ball a ton. Madison, I told you why I picked him. I like Madison. One is a handcuff, and if Cook gets hurt, he's a monster in an instant start. And 2, if he does get traded, like the reports are out there today, he could turn into an RB1, and I could insert him in the lineup, or put him out on the trade market or something, along with Isaiah Pacheco. I had to get a Chief that's the running back situation in preseason was not good for Kansas City, but yeah. Kadarius Toney has some upside if he's healthy. Literally, the whole thing is if these guys stay healthy.
That's the name of Scotty's team. If they're healthy.
I might change it to that, actually, Chris.
Deontay Johnson is going to get so many targets this year, and King mentions that he has the MVP throwing to him. So, hey, who knows? Wookie Pookie's next.
True.
All right, so Wookie Pookie here. We have Dak Prescott here at the quarterback position. Then we got Connor and Jones. Wide receiver is Kupp, McLaurin, Renfro. Then you get Kittle, Moore, Broncos D, Nick Folk, Hunt, Walker, Boyd, Henry, and Dotson to round out the bench. What do you like here?
This is my brother's team. Went Kupp at the 3rd pick with Taylor on the board. I probably would have taken Jonathan Taylor there, but that's just me. I mean, obviously Kupp was ridiculous last year, and if he has a repeat season like that, there's nothing wrong with that. I like Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is a little underrated. I think he's just going to catch a ton of passes, like a ton of dump offs from Aaron Rodgers when he doesn't trust throwing to any of his wide receivers. James Conner, Arizona's a little up and down, but he's the number 1 there. We'll see. Scary Terry, if you believe they upgraded at the quarterback position with Wentz, he could be in for a monster year. I mean, you could argue he's a top 10 talent at the wide receiver position and just never had great quarterback play. Hunter Renfrow, it'll be interesting with the addition of Devontae Adams, where his targets are at.
A lot of mouths to feed in the Las Vegas offense.
And Kittle's going to be, right around tight end 4 or 5, I think, when all is said and done. So nothing wrong there. Bench wise, Kareem Hunt's another guy that could be moved. And if he's moved, he becomes a starting viable running back option. I've heard rumors of maybe Philadelphia or something like that. Kenneth Walker III could eventually, once he gets healthy, be a starter and take over in Seattle. Tyler Boyd is, obviously a monster. The best number 3 wide receiver in the league.
Yep. Yep.
On a team that obviously throws the ball a ton in Cincinnati. And a lot of, you got Kenneth Walker, you got Jahan Dotson. So a couple rookies on your bench looking at upside there.
I like Helv's name for you in the chat. How about Scott's Medical Clinic for your name?
Yeah.
Scott
THC.
All right, Broncos country, LR. Let's go ahead. Let's dive in. And he's leaving. Let's ride. I'm gonna get that sound drop, by the way. I'm gonna get it. I keep forgetting to download it, but we're gonna do a Let's Ride sound drop. So Russell Wilson, you get Taylor and Williams as the running backs. Then you get Evans, Williams, and Davis for wide receivers. Then you have Hawkinson, you got Mr. Lizard, and Bills D. Diving into the bench. McManus as well. Garrett Wilson, Lawrence, Higbee, McKissick, and Jones Jr. Marvin Jones Jr. still plays football.
He does. He's in Jacksonville, Chris.
Yeah.
Thriving.
So there
how Marvin Jones usually thrives, where he has like one big game every
Broncos
4
is
or
like
5 weeks.
He's like, be nice, boys. Be nice.
You want to start, Chris? Go ahead. How do you feel about this team?
I mean, the fact that Taylor dropped to you, I thought that was huge value. That was like,
yeah.
I mean, you couldn't have had a better situation there, Broncos, for that. Maybe reached a little bit on Russell Wilson with some bigger, nicer quarterbacks on the board, but I think Russell.
Certainly. Well, what do you mean by bigger? Because you just mean taller? Because he's not fatter.
Come on, man.
We've seen Russell Wilson's offseason regimen, and he's a little thick, Chris. A little chunky,
Roger.
a little fat. And I can say that because I'm a little fat.
A little reach on Russell Wilson, but you know what? I mean, he'll be serviceable. He'll be a top 12 quarterback. Diving in, so Mike Williams, I worry about his consistency on just being on the field. If he's on the field, he's fine. I think he's had some issues with injuries here and there, missing a game or two sporadically throughout the season, on and off. But Mike Evans, hopefully nothing happens in Tampa Bay. I like Mike Evans. Hawkinson, I think he'll get a lot of targets. Lazard will get a ton of targets because he's the only guy there, right?
Romeo Dobbs.
Bills D, nice defense you got picked up there, so can't really hate on that. And then as you get into the bench, let's see, Higbee, McKissick. I think this is a little bit more like kind of meh. It's fine. You'll probably a few of these guys will probably be on the waiver wire pretty soon, early on in like the first week 1, week 2, week 3, and you'll be dropping these guys for someone maybe a little bit nicer. So, but other than that, that's where I'm at with this one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, having Taylor and Javonte Williams, if he gets the touches, is going to produce, and that's a nice pairing at the running back spot. I agree. Russell's a little early, but Mike, you got a wide receiver there. I like them both. They're solid options. Gabriel Davis will be interesting. Is he going to be the guy that didn't have a huge year, but then all of a sudden came on late in the season and scored, I think, 800 touchdowns against my Chiefs in the playoffs, which really stressed me out. So, and Lazard's going to have to step up and be the one in Green Bay, and we'll see if he can do it. I like Hawkinson. I like anybody on Detroit. I don't have a Lion on this team, Chris. I have DeAndre Swift and Amon-Ra in my other league, but no Lions on my squad this year. I'm a little sad about that.
I mean, with the show, it's you got to have it, right? You got to have a Lion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Here is yours truly. All right, let's kill our running back positions here. Scotty, I'll just let you go after it. I'll let you do it.
All right. So, Chris, I think I like. Let me go down the list here. I think I like this team a little more than your Thursday draft. You're improving. I'm
getting better. I'm getting better.
I don't. I like Fournette, and Hurts. I think is solid. Hurts is going to could easily be a top 5 fantasy QB this year. Leonard Fournette, I think, is consistent. He's the only back that's going to be getting touches for the most part, and the Tampa offense that's going to put up a lot of points. So, and he catches the ball too. I think people think he's not really a pass catching threat, but he had like 60 grabs last year. So, Brady loves to dump it off to the running back. Speaking of guys who don't catch the ball, though, I don't even know if Elijah Mitchell knows how to catch the ball, Chris. And in our PPR league here, I don't love his upside based off the fact that he's a one-trick pony and he does not catch the ball. But you are pretty stacked here with your top 3 wide receivers: Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, and Jalen Waddle. All very nice. Darren Waller, you got a steal on, I think, when you got him in our draft at the tight end spot. I think he had a down year based off of expectations last year, but if he's back and fully healthy, he's going to be solid for you. London, I just don't know. I don't know what the Atlanta's going to be at all. So I like Atlanta talent. I just don't know. And you got a couple rookies yourself on your bench, and James Cook and George Pickens. Rashad Penny's kind of like a safe, backup at the running back position because at least he's a starter, but just on a Seattle team that should be pretty terrible. Henderson, you've heard some injury stuff there, but we'll see. And then your boy Irv Smith.
I'm high on Irv Smith. I'm high on him.
Backing him up. So I think your squad's pretty solid, Chris.
All right, nice. Getting better at this.
I'm a lot more complimentary today than I was of you other. I haven't had anything to drink tonight, so maybe I'm just being nice.
Yeah, probably. I would say that's safe, but I'll take it.
My man.
Love your wide receivers. Hashtag Big Bus Russ says Broncos. Broncos country. Let's die.
Let's die.
Yeah, you got to have a lion. Literally, the first time that phrase has ever been uttered. Got to have a lion. Let's go into the great value donkeys here. Great value donkeys. This is who?
This is JK.
JK. All right. What's up, JK? Here we go. He's ready. He's in the chat. He's throwing the emotes out. Let's break down his draft here. Josh Allen, nice quarterback there. Does a lot with the football. I mean, he's going to get a lot of like red zone. Quarterback sneaks into the end zone, all sorts of different things there. So like the quarterback a lot there. Then you got Henry and Dobbins as your running backs there. Derrick Henry, he's going to be a beast. I think it's going to be interesting to see how Tennessee does this year compared to what they did last year. But I'm interested to see what he does. Dobbins, I drafted Dobbins. You had some criticisms on Dobbins last draft when, it came to the Ravens offense, but
he was like your RB1, Chris. It was embarrassing.
Don't worry about it. He was available and I got him. Tyreek Hill, your boy. Tyreek Hill is catching from like the most accurate thrower in the entire NFL, so he's going to be good. And then you got Cooks, Olave, Ertz. Then you got the flex with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Dolphins D. Stole it from you, and Bass as the kicker. Then you get into the bench. You got Gibson, Freiermuth, Burks, Galladay, and Fields. So I think the bench. I like Gibson. You got some good value on Gibson. I thought he fell further than I thought he would. So to have him on your bench as a running back, that's gonna probably get some volume. I like that. Freiermuth. You like Freiermuth, Scotty. I like him too. I think he's gonna get a lot of run. Burks is kind of like a flyer. He's like a high risk or high reward. I think he's got a high ceiling, I should say. Maybe that's the right way to word it. And then you end up
because he's tall.
Yeah, high ceiling. But yeah, Scotty, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Josh Allen's arguably QB1 this year. Derrick Henry. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, Derrick Henry at some point's got to break down, right? Like, there's just been so much wear and tear, and I know he only played half the year last year, but came back for the playoffs and didn't look ready to go at that point at all. But obviously, a beast, and if he's the normal Derrick Henry, you're fine there. J.K. Dobbins is okay as a running back 2, Chris, as a running back 2. It's all right. We'll see if he's ready to go week 1, and obviously coming off an injury. And I just think it'll be a little more running back committee in Baltimore than people think, especially with him coming off that injury. I don't think they want to put too much wear and tear on him. Wide receivers, Tyreek, Brandon Cooks. I mean, I think Brandon Cooks is slept on because he's just kind of a not that exciting name. He's on a bad team, but he's solid, very solid, especially in a PPR league. The depth at wide receiver worries me a little bit here when you're starting a rookie in Olave at your third wideout. I think you have another rookie wideout on your bench. Oh yeah, Treylon Burks is on your bench. So there's a lot of unknowns there and not a lot of safety nets as far as at the wide receiver spot. But other than that, we'll see what Clyde Edwards-Helaire can provide. I mean, he's your RB3 in your flex right now, but and you have 2 solid tight ends, so pretty solid.
All right, there you go. Large flungus. Here we go. All right, Matt Stafford as your quarterback at the top. Then you got Dalvin Cook, nice option there. Chubb. Then you get into your wide receivers. I like your wide receivers a lot. Pittman, St. Brown, and Godwin. Godwin is coming off the injury. I'm higher on Godwin than I think Scotty is, but I think if he comes back and he's feeling good, I think he's going to be a great option in Tampa. Then you got Goddard, Jacobs. I'm low on Jacobs, but I mean, as a flex, throwing him in there, I think he's fine. Buccaneers D, supposed to be a nice stout D, a little older, but still getting there. Matt Gay is your kicker, high volume kicker. Then you got Smith, Woods, Robinson, Jones, and Tua on the bench.
A lot of QBs. He did say the last 2 slots are memes, unless someone's desperate enough for a QB. I don't know if you're going to be able to hold on long enough to keep 3 quarterbacks on your roster the whole season there. It's really affecting only having 3 bench guys otherwise, but at least you spaced out your bye weeks, where everyone is off in week 9. So Stafford's borderline. I mean, he's borderline top 12. I mean, as a fantasy quarterback, at least he's not going to offer you anything in the run game. And there is concerns about the reports at camp with his elbow and what exactly that'll entail and if he's able to stay healthy. But Dalvin Cook's nice. Nick Chubb, not a tremendous PPR pass catching guy, but an elite running back. On question marks on whether that team's going to be in the red zone very often. I love Pittman. I love Michael Pittman Jr. I love St. Brown. Godwin, listen, I love Godwin. I just don't know how healthy he's going to be, and it usually takes a year. And he was hurt kind of later on in the season, too. It wasn't like an early season injury that kept him out last year. I know he's had some camp work, but I don't think he's full go yet. I'd be shocked if he plays week 1. But maybe he will. I don't know. Goddard, nice at tight end. With Philly in that offense that should be up and coming. Josh Jacobs, not a guy I love, to be honest. I don't know what the running back situation in Las Vegas is going to be, and I think it would be a mistake for the Vegas to run ever. They should just pass the ball every time, because I don't think their run game is going to be very successful this year. Bench was Devontae Smith's a nice guy to have on your bench. Robert Woods, James Robinson coming off the injury, and what kind of share will he get with ETN in Jacksonville, and then the 2 quarterbacks. But those first 3 bench guys, I'm totally fine with.
Yep, there you go. JK, chairman of the board. I know I definitely have some unknowns at wideout, but I think I'll stay in the mix. Week 9 seems like everyone's unlucky week. LOL says casually. I saw Mahomes go early and I panicked at QB, so I grabbed Allen. I was going to wait a round longer, says JK. I'm curious of your review, says Milwaukee. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there.
You're at the end.
Is that his should be the team with all Packers on it, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
STG. It's easy to get trapped into panic picking quarterback. I've fallen for it many times. Oh, what's up, STG? How we doing? Miss you, buddy. How you doing? Let's dive in. Garrity, Milwaukee. We saved the best for last, by the way. You're the last one on this drop down, so hang tight. We'll get to you. All right. Garrity, who auto-picked. This is an auto-pick. All right, so let's break down this auto-pick, because this is
ESPN computer.
So the ESPN drafted this team. So, and it's not bad, actually, like looking off the top here. So we have Tom Brady. Eckler's a nice running back. Akers, I think Akers, we'll see what he is. I think he's
all right as an RB2, though.
Diggs, he's going to be huge in Buffalo. Higgins, nice receiver in Cincinnati. Then you go Brown, Schultz, Judy to finish out the wide receiver, tight end, and flex. Ravens D, Gano. Then you go to the bench and you have Sanders, Stevenson, Myers, Gage, and Hines. Okay, so a lot of depth at running back and wide receiver on the bench, but I mean, I think guys that I all have questions for, maybe Russell Gage, I think could have a nice little boost there, but like for being an auto-picked draft, this isn't bad, Scott.
No, this is solid. Honestly, no, I don't have a lot of nitpicking. I don't love Judy, so for me, I don't know that I love Judy at the flex. I mean, that's probably who I would play based off the bench, but at the same time, I just don't know that Judy's going to be what everyone thinks he should be and what he, the Broncos thought he would be when they picked him in the first round a couple years back. But outside of Judy, Dalton Schultz, nice. Marquise Brown, it'll be interesting to see how many balls he drops from Kyler Murray this year. And it'll just be interesting once Hopkins gets back, like what's the target share there? Because you got, along with him, you got Ertz at tight end to go with Hopkins. So it'll be interesting to see. Cam Akers is fine as your RB2. Tom Brady's not like great as a fantasy quarterback, but he's not a problem either. He's fine.
He'll throw touchdowns. He's not going to get anything on his feet like some of the other guys, the other top quarterbacks in this. STG, I'm running away from Miles Sanders. He's burned me over the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, he's burned me before too.
Oh, all right. Here we go. The kneecap biters. Here we are. Chairman of the board. Let's dive in. Joe Burrow. Right off the top here, then you have Najee Harris, Swift. I like your running backs. I think that they're going to get a lot of volume there on both, especially Najee Harris. Then you go Brown, Moore, and Robinson for your receivers. We've both been high on Robinson. DJ Moore will be interesting to see what he gets, thrown his way, but I think he will be sufficient. He'll be fine. And Brown is always you kind of like what he can always bring to the table, right? Then you get into the tight end. You got Gesicki. I said it right this time. Mooney. Then you go 49ers D, kicker Carlson. Then you dive into the bench. Dylan, Ayuk. I love Ayuk. Dylan, you got good value on, I think, later on. I think he'll be interesting, but I wonder how much he's going to get splitting. Lockett, Carter, and Ali Cox at the end.
Chairman, you hate your team? I think he said in the chat he hates his team. Chairman, I like your team a lot. Yep. This might be my favorite team I've seen so far. You're Najee Harris and DeAndre Swift is a great 1-2. Joe Burrow is fine at quarterback. AJ Brown. I love DJ Moore. People sleep on DJ Moore, and he was sliding in this draft. Where I was like, is he going to make it to me? Did not. Thanks, Chairman. But, and I like Allen Robinson too. And then Darnell Mooney. I love every single one of those 4 wide receivers quite a bit. Gesicki's not, that's not like, you're not blowing up anything. It's not great at the tight end spot, but beyond that, like this team is solid. Very nice.
Nice work, Chairman. There you go. All right. Next up, Actionlab, Chris and Scott. I love the name, by the way.
Is that us? This is unknown, Chris.
Unknown.
This is unknown.
All right, unknown. Here we are. We got to you. Let's go ahead here. Kyler Murray is your quarterback, which I think he's going to get a lot of just fantasy points in general. I think he's a good fantasy quarterback, more so than an actual NFL quarterback. He's good, but fantasy-wise, he'll put up points. Mixon and Hall. I like Mixon a lot. Hall, I think you got decent value, but for a number 2, we've talked about him being, okay, serviceable there. Then you go CeeDee Lamb, Metcalf, and Bateman as your wide receivers. Pitts, Pierce as the flex. Then you got Cowboys D and Hopkins as your kicker. Diving into the bench, we have Harris, Carr as your backup quarterback. You got DJ Chark, Hooper, and Tolbert to round it out. By the way, STG makes a decent point. Both your running backs are gone week 10. So you need to go on your depth there in your
Well, the good news is their only running back on their bench is also off in week 10. So
you're in trouble week 10.
You pulled a me on that one.
But unknown here. What do you think?
I think it's a pretty solid roster. I like Breece Hall as a number 2 option because, I'm a high risk, high reward guy. So he's definitely that. Where Joe Mixon's probably a lot safer of a play, and it's fine to have that safe play. I like Mixon fine. Kyler Murray's a nice. I know I trash him as a quarterback in general, but I love him as a fantasy quarterback because, again, he does some with his legs at least. CeeDee Lamb should be a monster and relied on heavily and get a ton of targets in Dallas. DK Metcalf slid in our league quite a bit, along with Bateman, actually. I'm not in love with either one of them, but like where you got them, I have no complaints based off of. And then you get Kyle Pitts, who I obviously love at tight end. So Damian Pierce, everyone's talking about this Texan boy. So we'll see if he can bring it at the running back spot in Houston on a team that I think that offense will be better than a lot of people think with Mills. I think they'll be all right. So your bench, I lost the bench, Chris. What is this bench?
Here it is, right here. So
Hooper, Shark, Carr, Harris, Tolbert. Yeah, I don't love your bench. I'm not that high on your bench, but I mean it's pretty solid overall.
He's got to serve up someone as a sacrificial lamb week 10 to get an RB.
Make sure that I'm playing him week 10.
I did that a couple years ago.
On the commish.
Yeah, there you go. I did that a couple years ago with Mixon and Chubb having the same bye week. Says STG. Why does everyone's team seem stacked? LOL, says Klept. Yeah, this is such an interesting second go round with this one. Davis Mills next. Davis Mills, what is it? Davis Mills baby got next. Is next. Now starts off with a high-powered fantasy quarterback with Lamar Jackson. You got Montgomery and Singletary. So maybe the running backs are automatically right here, kind of a little bit subpar. Then you go Adams, Thielen, and Sky Moore as your receivers. So Kelsey is your tight end. So you went a little high on Kelsey, which was rightfully so. He's in number 1 tight end. So I love the tight end position. Then you got Patterson as a flex, Steelers and McPherson. Nice kicker. Diving into the bench, Pollard, Valdez-Scantling, Fant, Hamler, and Jones.
Yeah, Lamar's nice. You're right. The running back position's not great. Neither of them are terrible, but Singletary's not a huge pass catching guy. I think maybe James Cook, the drafted running back, might be more of that third down back for them at times if he's able to block at least. So we'll see on that. Montgomery's the number 1 in Chicago. Didn't have the year I think everyone was expecting him to have last season. So we'll see if he bounces back. Devontae Adams, great. Adam Thielen is, as long as he hasn't aged to the point of big regression, should be fine. Kelsey's obviously a monster. Sky Moore, we'll see. Sky Moore, I like his ability and catches everything. Great route runner. It'll be interesting to see. I honestly don't know where he shakes out as far as snaps and things like that, because I think Juju and MVS will definitely be the starters on the outside. And then you also have Mecole Hardman. So, I don't know. Sky Moore may not get a ton of snaps to start the year at least, and then maybe come on a little later. Cordero Patterson in Atlanta. Is he a running back? Is he a wide receiver? What is he? But he's all right. Yeah, this team's all right, Cuban. This is a good team to get in great draft position for next season. He said it himself. I figured more MVS will emerge as a top option. Yeah, very well could. Hey, I love that you got a couple Chiefs. All right. I know you secretly. Oh, and you have MVS as well. So you're just loaded up on the Chiefs. One of them, you're right. One of them will probably hit between Moore and MVS. So, and if the Cowboys ever figure out, Tony Pollard would be the best running back on your team if the Cowboys would just give him the ball more.
Yeah. And that might happen depending on what happens with Ezekiel Elliott, and that's a whole little issue for the Cowboys to work out on their own. So we'll see. But yeah, all right, last team. All right, Milwaukee's best for last.
We made it.
We made it. So last team, here we go. Lamar is my best running back, says Cuban.
Absolutely. Good point. Good point. We said he wasn't good at the running back spot. He's loaded at it. Chose not to start a quarterback.
You have the option to put him in the running back slot, right? All right, starting out here, we got Justin Herbert here. Then you get Kamara and ETN. If Kamara plays all season long, you're going to get great value out of Kamara. There's something with Kamara, I think, came out today where they changed up the prosecution, changed the person that they were there's some lawyer switch up that they're trying to be more aggressive on Kamara this year, which makes me worried about him a little bit more. But again, litigation and law, all the stuff outside of football takes forever. So you might get through it. Who knows? ETN, I drafted in my other league. I like ETN. You like ETN a lot. Then you get into the wide receivers. You got Deebo Samuel, Kirk, and Hopkins. Hopkins suspended for the first part, but will come back. So you will have him for the second half of the season. So there you'll have him there. And Njoku for your tight end. Robert Tonyan as your flex.
I didn't even know you had Tonyan as well.
Yep, Tonyan. So Packers D. Harrison Butker as the kicker. Then you got Rodgers, your boy. Watkins, Dobbs, Robinson, and Cobb. Oh, you got Cobb. You snuck Cobb in the very end.
Your entire bench has a bye week in week 14. Along with your flex and your defense. Because let's keep in mind, your bench is all Packers minus Brian Robinson, who, by the way, I'm not sure he might play at some point this year, but he very well might not as well. And then you literally have 3 wide receivers and Watkins, Dobbs, and Cobb on your bench to go with Rodgers. So your bench is a disaster, Milwaukee's. But I appreciate and respect your love for your team and diving in there. But I don't know. Listen, I screwed up week 9, and that's basically a bye week for whoever plays me. But week 14 is going to be rough for you.
Maybe I got you week 14, Milwaukee's. Who knows? I'll take it. Cuban, everyone else in the chat, JK is like, man, maybe I got him week 14. Maybe I could get him week 14.
Who's he got week 14? Can't even find he's got Chairman.
Oh,
Chairman gets a easy win on the schedule in week 14. Congrats, Chairman, on at least winning one game this year for sure. But this lineup, honestly, is pretty. I mean, when Hopkins comes back, I don't think Debo's going to have the year he did last year. I think that was a bit of an outlier, and I love Debo, but he's still, going to be a very, very good wide receiver option. Christian Kirk is getting paid a lot of money, Chris, so they're going to give him the ball. I've said it. We make fun of Kirk and the contract he got, but hey, he got paid, and he's going to get a ton of targets and be the wide receiver 1 in Jacksonville. So, Njoku is like this guy that you see on the field and you're like, this dude should be a monster and always really good, and then he's just always shitty. Or they just don't throw him the ball. I don't know what it is, Chris, but he does not get the ball enough for my taste. And then they go and they re-sign him, or he's on the franchise tag, one of the two. So they clearly like him, but then they never give him the ball. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's strange, but not a bad little team here, and not a bad overall draft. We've had 2 drafts. We are all set here with everything that we were wanting to get together for this season. And I can't wait to get this rolling, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have so much excitement going in. If you didn't end up joining in on all of our contests, exclamation point contest in the chat. Also, podcast, exclamation point podcast. I'll throw it in here as well. That is a new command that you guys can type, so you can hot click all of your favorite podcast platforms that you listen to when you're out in the car, when you're hanging out, you missed the show. Make sure you join in on our podcast networks. And there's more than that. I just put the popular ones. So search us if you don't see your platform on there. Also, we will be back here live Wednesday. We've been streaming a lot, Scotty. Wednesday, we will be here live in the Action Lab, as always, covering top stories, covering more NFL prep for the season. We're going to be going into a lot more NFL. We can't wait. We're 9 days away. We're going to be getting more and more ramped up as the days go by. So make sure you are tuning in each and every Wednesday and Sunday.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Anything's possible.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Do not miss out on being here. If you miss a show, I'm telling you, go check it out on YouTube or the podcast, because we are leading up to this season, Scotty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks everyone for hopping in here. For those that participated in the draft tonight, let's have a great season. Chris, I would like to first preface this by saying I think the projection totals that like ESPN puts out, are, as far as like in your matchup for week 1, are generally trash. But Chris, somehow you are projected for the most points in week 1, and I'm projected for the second most points. Now, again, I think that are trash, and I think they're pretty meaningless, but ESPN liked our draft, apparently.
Oh, I'll take it. All right. Well, and then watch, we're going to get blown out week 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally. All right, guys. Well, let me see if there's anybody to raid here. We like to send you off with some nice tunes once in a while. Let's see if there's anybody else on the sports side of things that might be doing something similar to what we got going on. It's always pack openings and weird stuff. So let me see. Oh, G-Girl's actually just chatting. Let's see what
might as well. She raids us. We might as well just raid her.
We never raid G-Girl. So
She's
we're gonna
never
raid
on later than us.
Yeah, let's do it. We never raid G-Girl, so we're gonna raid her.
Just chatting, just having a nice little chat, guys.
What is she?
You haven't followed G-Girl?
Oh,
check her out.
She's actually. Wait, she has her phone set up at the bar and she's having drinks.
Oh. So I might stick around and see what this is all about, Chris. This is interesting.
All right, so yeah, we'll raid her. She always raids us, so we're gonna raid her as well. And she is fantastic. She has a lot of sports content. Just go give her a follow, and make sure that you're checking in with her during the NFL season because she always brings it. So have a great night, guys. We will see you live back here on Wednesday. Make sure she's doing her IRL thing tonight. Okay, fair enough. We're all going to the bar. Hey, we're having happy hour drinks at the bar with G-Girl.
The one night I decided not to drink. Unbelievable.
Seriously. We will see you back here live on Wednesday, guys. Don't miss it. Bring in your friends. Don't forget to bring your friends to the show. If they haven't experienced Twitch or, any kind of sports talk shows like ours, make sure you let them know to pop in, and we would welcome them with open arms. So have a great night, guys. We will see you back here Wednesday. Love you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Let's go.